Hi, good afternoon. It's Celina. It's Sunday, December 30th. My name is Celina Cordoba, and I have a little blog cooking show called cookingmorewithless.com. And through it, I've gotten some really amazing questions and some women that have really continued to inspire me, funny enough. I started it as a means to continue to feel as though I can contribute and give back. I've had a great journey becoming 35, and even though it's been difficult at times, I've really taken account as to what I've learned and to how it's helped me long term in longevity. So this afternoon, I wanted to invite you guys in my home and talk about skincare real quick. I'm a skinaholic. I've tried every product on the market. I've used everything on my skin to try to clean, help all my little blemishes and dark spots. And unfortunately, things like Proactive didn't work for me. It was too drying and stripping. It actually broke my skin out, probably because I didn't have heavy acne. But for someone that has any bump or blemish, if you are a skin enthusiast or someone who is kind of I would call it borderline obsession. I am constantly thinking of ways to clean my skin, to use the best products on the market, and of course not to break my budget in the meantime. So this afternoon, I wanted to answer Christina Wu. She's been great in asking me questions that I'm sure a lot of women want to know, and especially as a dark-skinned sister, a lot of people ask me, they're like, my God, your skin is amazing, it's beautiful. And I do want to laugh, but I'm learning how to accept compliments and say thank you. Post-baby, I see all the changes my skin has gone through, especially now that I'm not getting 8 hours of REM sleep a night. I probably haven't slept more than 4 hours a night since I've had my son. And that goes to show for anyone that is committed to breastfeeding and breastfeeding with a child that does not like pump milk or milk out of a bottle. My son never actually took milk out of a bottle, and we tried. I tried a lot, and he just didn't like it. He wanted that. He always wanted to be up underneath me. And for someone that had gone through certain stuff, like losing their mom at a young age, I think there was a part of me that just really I didn't want to feel as though I was negating anything from him or not giving him all of me because I was tired. It was like I felt like I had to bear down even harder and push through because I didn't have anybody there to take my son and say, Celina, you're tired, sleep tonight. Other than Nasir, other than my husband, I really haven't had anybody that's noticed my dark circles enough to not compliment them and say, Celina, you need rest. So what I've done is I've had to really be honest with myself and looking in my face and going, these dark circles do not belong to me. What can I do to help my skin, to allow me to still be moisturized and, take care of my face, especially now that I'm 35. You've got to drink 8 glasses of water a day. You can't drink a whole bunch of stuff infused with corn syrup. If you are drinking soda, remove it out of your diet. If you are drinking things that have high acidity in them, like coffee, it's good to minimize your coffee intake or negate it altogether. I try not to drink anything with corn syrup in it, and I don't drink coffee. I make sure that I drink only herbal teas. Anything that could drain my already feeling dehydrated skin, I try to keep away from. So again, this is really to answer Christina Wu's question. She asked me some great questions about blemishes, how I get rid of my blemishes, what do I use on my face. I've gone through probably every skincare item on the market. Everything, even Proactive. When I didn't have heavy acne, I still ordered it to see how it would affect my skin. And for me personally, it didn't work at all. I used Proactive at around a time where I had a little bit of T-zone issues, right before my cycle, right around ovulation time. It depends on how much I'm doing, how little sleep I'm getting. But I noticed some blemishes and some pimples coming up, so tried everything. Proactive was too harsh. It stripped my skin, took away all the natural emollients out of my skin, made me feel really dry and almost like the inner glow was gone. So, everything works for people differently. Maybe it works great for some, but for me, didn't really work like that at all. So what I wanted to do was show you guys that I've really taken my time to figure out how to heal and take care of my skin. One product that I want to show you for dark spots is this vitamin E oil. Straight 32,000 IUs of vitamin E oil, which does cost about 18, I think it's like 16 to $18. It's a little expensive, but it's excellent. And this is for any blemish. If you have a cut on your arm, if you scratch your leg on the side of your bed and you have a little dark line there and you want to erase it away, I am an addict of vitamin E oil. It is heavy, and because it is an oil, you do want to use a base if you have acne issues or any type of bumps or blemishes you're working through. What I sometimes do is I take a little bit of vitamin E like this, apply it to a blemish, rub that in, and then put a little drop of tea tree oil on top. And it doesn't allow my skin to get too inundated, too heavy with the oil, but it still does the job of lightening my blemishes over time. And I'm telling you, if you use vitamin E like every night before you go to bed, in a week you will see the difference of the blemish on your face. You don't have to use a bleaching cream. Stay away from products like Ambi and other products that will bleach your skin and actually leave your skin feeling thinner. It erodes the superficial, or I would say the first layer of your dermis, and it can cause further problems down the line. So we're all into now. What can I do today to get rid of my blemishes right now? And sometimes there are those products that are immediate, but they will cause you problems down the line because they're not based in nature, they're not natural, and things have effects on your skin that you don't see necessarily today, but you will see them down the line. So I wanted to start off by answering a young woman named Christina Wu, who has been great in asking me questions that I'm sure a lot of women want to know the answers to. Hold on a second. Okay, I think that'll keep the door open to give me some natural light. Finding time to answer people's questions has been difficult for me. As you know, I'm a mom, but because it's just me and my husband here and I don't have any support, I sometimes feel as though I can't do these videos or do anything that takes away from me giving my 4-year-old son the necessary attention and love that he deserves. Those with living mothers, I salute you and applaud you, but those of us that have had our mothers transition to the other side, or our immediate family members, my grandmother and my mother have made that transition, and it was at a time that I really felt like, damn, I really need you now and I really miss you more than anything. But rather than being depressed and being downtrodden, at times that I wish I could have slept, during the first couple months where my son was born, I didn't take those breaks because my son didn't like a bottle. He only wanted breast milk. And I think in feeling like a little separate from that feminine energy, I think I went overboard and just gave him teta no matter what. I didn't allow him to go through that trial period of being weaned from my breast to enjoy bottled milk, pumped bottled milk. So I didn't do it. I lost a lot of sleep. I never got 8 hours REM sleep from the moment Amor was born. I don't think I've slept 8 hours since he's come out of my womb. And moms that are full-time moms that didn't allow work to become a divisive energy in raising our kids, I applaud you and salute you, because I feel pressured sometimes, and it's hard. It's hard to not put your kid in daycare and take those 6 hours a day for yourself, but I hate the school system. I'm not really into putting my child in a situation where it's just for playtime. I think school should be much more than that. So as a homeschooling mom, I've really committed myself to allowing the things that I want to do fit into his schedule rather than him fit into mine. So this afternoon I wanted to take some time to not write Christina back, but love, I wanted to answer your questions about what I use on my face and how I take care of my skin. It's first of all extremely flattering because I do see all of my unevenness and my blemishes, but I really do strive to take care of it as holistically and as naturally as possible without using products that have stripped my skin. I think I've used everything on the market from Proactive to Clean and Clear. I've used everything on the market for my skin probably at one time or another. And one thing that I've learned is that my skin is sensitive, especially because I'm highly melanated. I'm dark skinned. I do burn in the sun still, so I do have to use at least SPF 10 or 15, depending on how hot it is out here. I try to stay humble in knowing that my skin does sometimes need a little buffer because I do see all my little freckles and sunspots that are coming up from sitting in the sun. And it bothers some people. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I do know I need to take care of it long term. So a lot of these bleaching creams, stay away from. I do not use bleaching creams. Even when I have a blemish, I do not use them. They are not good for our skin. They will erode the first fascia, the first layer of your dermis, and will allow your skin to attract a lot more problems down the line. So when I do have a blemish, I wanted to show that I use vitamin E oil. 32,000 IUs of vitamin E oil. It's excellent for highly melanated skin, and even for those women that aren't so dark skinned, you can still use vitamin E oil on your blemishes. And if you find that you have a lot of pimples or spots on your face that are pus filled, try to treat them first by opening your pores. I'll show you how to do that. What I do every night, I've tried to commit to doing it because I'm not getting a lot of sleep, and I do see my skin has gone through some wear and tear. I do steam. I try to steam my face every night and open my pores, take out all the toxins, and then give myself a nice face wash or just a little face mask that's not so stripping that I'm left with more lines and more dry spots and more issues, but that can rejuvenate my skin, bring the full life back to it, and allow me to rest and knowing that I'm going to wake up seeing my skin in a better state than it was the day before. So again, vitamin E oil, get the $20 bottle because it does work. And literally in a week of using it on your dark spots, you will see they will start to lighten and fade naturally. And that is what I hope for myself. So if you do see issues with ambies and other bleaching stuff, I can't even say it, stay away from it and try not to use it for a while. Give your skin like a toxin, a detoxification, and stay away from things that offer immediate results because they might be immediate for today, but down the line they'll give you problems. Alright, so what I wanted to show is how you steam your face, Christina. Get a pot of water. I'll show you mine real quick. Got a pot of water. I bring it to a boil. I take a towel, throw it over my head. You'll see right here when I lift it up, all the steam rises. I add about 2 drops of eucalyptus oil. You can add 1 drop of lavender oil to your steaming pot of water. Sit down someplace where your face doesn't touch the pot, of course. Throw a towel over your head and steam through your pores for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to come back and I'll show you the oat goat's milk scrub that I use for my skin and how you can make it out of the things out of your fridge at home and really see your skin heal naturally over time. Be right back. Cooking More with Less, Black Mama Workouts. It's for us, for mothers, and for women around the world that need a little old spun wisdom churned into their modern day of life. Alright, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to go steam and then I'll come back. Okay guys, so I'm back from steaming and I took a couple minutes. As you can see, I'm moist everywhere. I leave my pores pretty open. After I steam through for about 10 minutes, I do throw just a splash of cold water on my face so that I can close my pores back up before I put my face wash or my face mix. I'm going to show you guys how to make it right now. What you're going to need is you're going to need a little bit of oatmeal flour. Some oat flour that sometimes comes in a bag like this from Arrow Mills. But oats are a lot gentler than a lot of people will use chickpea flour or other types of, I would say something that's a little bit more porous that will take the dead skin off of your face. But for an everyday use, you don't need something so stripping. Organic oat flour. I use about a couple teaspoons of oat flour for my face wash. The thing that you think is stinky.
No. For oatmeal cookies.
We make this with oatmeal cookies too, yes. So as you can see, I'm pretty much empty. I'm going to restock and add up. But what I do is I shake in a little bit of oatmeal flour in here.
Can I see it?
Sure you can in a second. Let me just show the people how to do it. So you do some oatmeal flour. There's people that watch these shows after we make them, our cooking shows and stuff.
Okay.
Give me a second because you asked to stay here. I add a little bit of goat milk. So you have regular milk and then you have milk that's made from goats. I use a little bit of goat milk because it's really moisturizing for my skin. So if you do find that your skin tends to be a little bit dry after you clean it, you can use some goat milk. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in about 2 tablespoons of goat milk to my oatmeal flour. And I'm going to continue to make my face wash. I'll show you the other stuff.
Okay.
I use a little bit of green clay. It's like a tablespoonful.
Can I see the green clay?
Yeah, you can, baby. It's right there.
I want to smell it.
Okay. So I use about a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons of green clay, which is really good to draw out the toxins out of your pores. So we're going to continue along with our turmeric. A lot of East Indian women use turmeric powder on their skin because it's very it's got a lot of antioxidants in it. Hold on a second, baby.
Can you go somewhere else though?
No, you're actually in my space. You wanted to come and play on the computer, and I need to do this. So
Mom, why it's not coming on?
I'm not sure. We can try again in a second though. I wanted to show you the turmeric powder. I used about a tablespoon of that as well. So we've got some green clay powder, some goat's milk, some turmeric, some oat flour, and I'm going to add my apple cider vinegar and my honey into here. Apple cider vinegar, you can get a regular organic or non-organic bottle. You can get it at your local store. This is what I think my son smells and thinks is nanas. Every night when I put this on, he's like, "Don't kiss me, mommy." And I'm like, okay, but I gotta take care of my skin because I'm not sleeping because of you. Or really because I've conditioned my body clock to wake up to every sound because I never felt like I could rest when he was born. And it's a problem. It really is not good. It's not good that I cannot no longer sleep 8 hours a night. But I would love to open a forum and asking women what they do. I'm even thinking of trying to drink a glass of wine before I go to bed to just really relax myself. But I've never gained those types of habits, so I don't want to do them now because I can't sleep. Anyway, and it's not insomnia. I'm exhausted. My body just wakes up to every sound because I have a kid that I love so dearly, and I've conditioned myself to wake up to hope to make sure there's nothing wrong with him. So mommies that don't have mothers, these are the kinds of conversations I love to continue to share and open up with each other. How we figure out how to trust, how to let go, how to allow someone that we don't really know to be in our lives. It's taken me, I'm still there, 4 years. It's okay. I'm going to add my honey to this mix. The honey that I use is Manuka honey. Manuka honey is a honey out of New Zealand. Extremely high in antioxidants, extremely high in properties that will draw out ailments out of the skin and out of the body. Very, very good for you to incorporate in your smoothies, and especially if you're trying to make sure that the kids aren't allergic to bee stings or anything. Breastfeed them. Make sure you take a little bit of honey so that they can get that in their breast milk and allow them to have fortified immune systems by taking such things as Manuka honey. It's got active 16 cultures in it, which means that it's excellent for people that want to not get sick in the future, that are trying to build up their immune systems from the ground up. But it's also extremely good for your skin. So I use Manuka honey, about a half a teaspoon in this mix, and I smear everything over my skin, sit there for about 20 minutes, rinse off. Excellent. I'll put this in.
Hi, it's me, Brown Cooking with Les.
You're so cute. So I'm putting this in.
Mommy,
Again, I just use a little bit of honey.
Mom, can I have a little bit of honey for myself, please?
Yes, you can stick that on your finger. And you got it. You got it.
Can you?
So
have a
I'm gonna
little
mix this
stick
all
for me?
together. I'll get you a little stick after. Let me just finish this, okay?
When I drink some honey, please.
Sure, honey.
Can I
I'll
have
get
a
you
little-
one. Let me just finish what I'm doing first, okay?
Yes, Mommy.
Thank you, sweetheart. So again, now I'm just mixing everything down. It's a little bit of green powder to take out all the toxins. You're playing on the computer. Be still. What's cool is that I was able to stick this little camera on the side of my computer so that I don't have to hold it or ask Daddy to hold it because Daddy is working. So I'm very thankful that things are in action and in motion, but again, it doesn't allow me to do anything without the help of someone. But you can't always ask and rely on other people to do things that you want to accomplish on your own. And sitting down and answering like 3,000 emails, I can't even imagine. This is when I'm like, secretary, help, friends. But, you know, you want to be able to at least answer people that are coming to your blog and asking such vital questions. And I know that other people want to know about them. Thus is why I've taken some time out. So now I'm just rubbing this in my skin. The goat's milk is a really nice addition. Keep it in your fridge after you use it. Sometimes I make it thin enough that I can put it in a bottle and literally use it as a face wash. But my son is removing himself from me, which is really cute.
That's stinky.
Yeah, you don't like the apple cider. You hate the way apple cider smells. But apple cider vinegar is really good for your skin. Internally to be ingested as well as externally. So I'm coming in and getting all over my skin and getting underneath my chin. One other conversation I wanted to open up is women that have had kids. I never had any facial hair before I had a child. I'm really trying to figure out how to remove unwanted facial hair without waxing or tweezing or causing any ingrowns. Darker skinned people like myself, we can suffer from a lot of ingrown hairs. And I don't want my little chin hairs, these 5, to become ingrown because I become so obsessed with removing them that I mess up my chin and scar it. And this is real talk. I'm always like, if I get $10,000 awarded, I will go and get electrolysis. It's the worst thing as a woman when you don't have hair to then wake up one morning with hair growing out of your chin. You're like, what the? But it happens. And I really have read so much on how to switch up and take care of that. So let me know, guys, if you guys know a way to remove unwanted facial hair. I'm like, there's got to be a product out there. These women from Asia have no hair on their skin. And even women with more of a native gene. Because my lineage has a little bit of that Spanish from Spain, Portugal, the Latin gene. I'm a little hairy. So I'm really trying to figure out ways to help my skin without destroying it. So I leave this on for, again, 15, 20 minutes until it dries up. And then I just rinse it off with warm water, pat dry instead of drying, rubbing. And then I'll show you the coffee butter that I use for my skin as a
Mommy, I like
lotion.
the coffee butter.
You love coffee butter every day. That's all this child asks for me to put on his skin. Can I have the coffee butter, Mommy? Oh, and camera 2. I wanted to talk about women that breastfeed and the whole notion that your breasts completely dry out. They do. Mine have looked like Skeletor for quite some time now, and it's really can be quite disheartening when you have nice perky breasts for them to drop a little, but for them to also get smaller. One thing I did read a while ago is that they grow back. And one thing I do want to say is that they've gotten a little bit bigger right around ovulation. I'm just trying to keep them bigger, after I have my cycle and I ovulate. So I'm about to go through my cycle in a little bit, probably like 5 days or so. So I usually look at my fullest. I don't even have a push-up bra on. I am literally a little fuller and very thankful.
Look.
That's cool, Amor. I'm very thankful, but I wanted to encourage women to let them know that they do grow back. It takes like 3 years. But and I'm not even a heavy dairy eater, and I don't eat any meat. But what I'm trying to do is incorporate some good dairy, like some goat's cheese to my natural pizzas or whatever. Or to be aware of what I can, my smoothies, and having hemp and a lot of protein powder. You know, hemp is protein. Throwing that in my smoothies. I'm trying to do as much as I can to not gain weight everywhere, but to still stimulate breast production and to allow my breast to grow naturally again. It takes forever, but I am steadfast, hell-bent, committed to seeing a small change without having to go and buy some boobies, because if I get money, I will not spend it on breasts. I will spend it on something else for my child, but the point is, I can suffer from some vanity, and I've been doing my push-ups and my presses, and my pull-ups to stimulate and to build my breast tissue back. So let's talk about that as well, guys. How to grow your breasts without saline, silicone, or any of the other garbage that will probably affect women in 20 to 25 years. But we never talk to those women that have had butt injections 20 years down the line. It's great to look like, you know, women that are voluptuous and curvy, but I'm starting to realize, I'm turning it down so I can hear myself. I'm starting to realize not all those women look like that. None of them pretty much do. And any way to true success is through some blood, sweat, and hopefully no tears. So I've been doing a lot of leg lifts, a lot of crunch, a lot of bending and stretch, a lot of stuff to build my glutes back and to build my bosoms back naturally. Because I had body, and it's not to say I don't anymore, it's just to say that I've always been petite, and there's got to be a way to healthily gain weight without becoming el gordita in the process. So, you know us Latin women that are 4'11", we either are 105 pounds or 155 pounds. So I'm trying to gain it healthily and appropriately throughout time. And as I'm talking, this is drying up for you to see. Again, very, very good for you guys to tea tree oil. You can add a dash of tea tree oil to this mix if you find that you have a lot of pimples and blemishes. And you can put them on your cuts, yes. But you want to be able to basically make your facial mask applicable to how your skin is. So, if your skin is suffering from more blemishes and more pimples, I say add more apple cider. Hold on a second, Amor. But we don't tease people that aren't in a perfect state. We try to.
Like pimples.
I don't like pimples either, but you have the most beautiful skin.
Mommy, put them on your
Hold on a second.
eyelashes.
It's okay. They're on my eyebrows. Tie your hair back. Make sure none of your hair gets in your face. But I was expressing, if you do have a lot more blemishes or small pimples on your face, to include more tea tree oil, 2 to 5 drops of tea tree oil in your mix, as well as a lot more apple cider vinegar. If you don't have those issues and you just want to balance out your skin, the goat's milk is really good for moisturizing and extrapolating and extracting all of your little eczema issues. Sometimes we're not smooth everywhere and we want to be. Goat's milk is really good to moisturize your skin, especially if you're bathing with it, as well as adding again the honey. The Manuka honey keeps it nice and silky. It allows it to not get too dry, as well as putting in the moisture that you need. So I try to use more of my own stuff now because it lasts longer and I've noticed a better result in my skin long term. So Christina, I hope that helped you. Vitamin E oil on your blemishes, love. If it is too oily for your skin, put a little base of tea tree and then add the vitamin E on top. But rub it in for a good 60 seconds. For a minute, rub in your vitamin E oil on all your dark spots and blemishes, and write me back in about 2 weeks and tell me if you see a difference. I'm going to let the rest of this dry out. We're about 15 minutes in. So I want to thank everybody for staying so patient with my little blog, because some people must visit and go, this girl don't have nothing new coming on. But every 2 weeks, every week, I'm going to really commit to making sure that I consistently contribute some more stuff. And thank people for being patient and for allowing me to still contribute the way that I can. See you guys in a couple minutes. I'll bring on my coffee butter and show you how you can make it, as well as how you can put it on your skin and feel delicious. Very high in antioxidants, really good for lines and blemishes, and really good for overall moisturization. Alright, and I do like Burt's Bees. Burt's Bees has got a great product, skin lotion at night. I'll show it to you. It's called Night Cream. It's got royal jelly in it. Very, very good for filling in those lines, almost like a natural, what do you call these things that women do now? Natural Botox. Boom. There we go. So stay away from Botox and all those things that are going to kill you in the future. And let's try to get back to some nature and some natural stuff that'll help us more in the long run. Cooking more with less. Black Mama workouts. Love you guys. Peace. So now that I'm nice and clean and fresh, I wanted to show you that I do store a little bit of coffee butter in here. And coffee butter can be made, it's kind of difficult. You have to ground it up super fine. And I do add an oil. It's a vegetable oil base to it. One thing I wanted to say is that I get inspired from reading about different, elements and different things that can help our skin out and what could work for tightening the skin, keeping it really moist and supple. And coffee butter has been really nice for mine during the day. What I will say is that if you do want some help, I do too, honey. If you do want some help, I'm thinking of a way, because anything that you do, you got to do official and be consistent at doing it. And one thing I wanted to say is that if you want some help and you want somebody to actually look at your skin and need some help, I'll make this stuff for everybody that writes me. I'm at houseofl@hotmail.com, and I've recycled so many bottles as to not charge people for the bottling of everything, because that's really what you're spending money on, is shipping and bottling. So what I wanted to say is, for $10, I'll make you your stuff, and if you send me $15, which is a $5 shipping and handling, I'll make it out to you and make it personable. I'm really good one-on-one. I'm not that diligent at wanting to be a skin care specialist and make skincare products professionally for thousands of women. I am so inspired by people that make great products. And it's not to say that it's not a passion of mine, but I don't want to be in my kitchen every night with my son and bottling mason jars of products. It's a little too much. Hold on, let me give you some. That is good. Okay, babe, let me just finish what I'm doing and I'll be with you. And this is what I mean. 20 minutes of doing something. Stop, Amor, please. Can you just chill? I have to edit this part because you don't know how to act. Just chill out. What I wanted to say was that I am going to be as inspired as I can be with as little as help as I have in sending people whatever products they need. So again, email me if you do want, if you're like, this is too much, I can't even make my own I can't make my own face scrub, make it for me. I'll send it to you, no problem. Just inbox me the $15 and help a sister out, and I'll definitely help you guys out as much as I can. But for those that have been patient and that do want to figure out how to fish for themselves, this is what I do for my skin every night. And I keep the unused face wash in my fridge. You can leave it out your fridge a day or two, but after like 2 or 3 days, you'll start to smell the goat's milk. And you want it to stay as fresh as possible because you are using fresh stuff. So one thing else I wanted to mention was that some days after I finish steaming, when I feel like my skin is really broken out, I'll squeeze a half a lemon in a cotton swab and just cotton swab my face with a little bit of lemon juice. Just a little lemon, and it really, of course, closes my pores, but it makes my skin tingle and sting a little, which lets me know where my skin is a little unbalanced and unhealthy. Sure, you can have some. So I'll be back with you guys in a minute. CookingMoreWithLess.com and Black Mamba Workouts for mothers that are inspired to work out regardless, to not being able to leave their house, or having a personal trainer, or going to a yoga studio, or being around a group of people a certain amount of time a day. If you are with your kid the way I am, we've got to figure out ways to incorporate all the things we love to do at home. So, this is one of them.
Mommy?
I love everybody. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you in a minute. Peace.